A very good morning to all the viewers and listeners of Hello Kolkata, a Kolkata Calling podcast series. আমরা একটু ছোট ব্রেকের পর আবার ফিরে এসেছি with a fresh new episode and a great guest যাকে আমি একটু কিছুক্ষণের মধ্যে ইন্ট্রোডিউস করব। বছরের শেষ এসে গেছে, 2025 is ending, 2026 is around the corner. This has been, I would say a mixed year for many. Personally, for Kolkata Calling, we have grown to 45,000 LinkedIn followers. I would like to call them our community members. So thank you so much for showering the love and support to our LinkedIn community. Our YouTube channel has also grown, and we have been able to bring some brilliant guests to share their stories, to share their journey with our audience. Since the year 2025 is ending, festive spirit has set in, holiday mood has set in. We thought it would be fitting to have a guest who lives life king size. He loves food, he loves travel, he loves telling stories. And with him, we'll close 2025 on the Hello Kolkata podcast series, and we'll look forward to 2026. So, in advance, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and let me get introduced to the first, guest from, I would say, a different background compared to some of the guests we have in the past, but we are very, very honored and privileged to have him on the show. Our guest today is Indrajit Lahiri. He's the man behind Foodka, India's only story-first culinary channel. It's an extremely popular channel, YouTube. Amra regularly follow kori as viewers and listeners. A little background and intro about Indrajit sir. He's the co-founder of Foodka and the founder of Foodka Consulting and Foodka Academy, a food and beverage growth strategist himself, and also a storytelling expert. Indrajit sir has redefined how food is experienced, not just as something we consume, but as something we understand, remember, and connect with. Rooted deeply in Kolkata, his work blends culture, history, people, and purpose, turning everyday food stories into powerful narratives that resonate far beyond just the plate. Today on Hello Kolkata, we are excited to go beyond the brand and explore the journey of the man, the storyteller, the entrepreneur, and the man behind Foodka. With that, let me add Indrajit sir onto the main stage.
Good morning, Sumit, and Merry Christmas in advance.
Indrajit sir, thank you so much for taking the time and joining our Hello Kolkata podcast series. I know you are yourself a storyteller, blogger, podcaster. We are big fans, so it's a real honor and
Thank you,
privilege
Sumit.
to have you on our little show. Indrajit sir, you said you wanted to keep it free flowing, organic, conversational, so that's
Yes.
absolutely great with us. Uh, Before we get into the Foodka journey, the Foodka's expansion, Foodka's the secret ingredient in Foodka, we'll get into that. But you've had many different careers, formal education, corporate life, and then entrepreneurial, and then moving into content creation, growth strategy, all of that. তো যদি আপনার ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড থেকে একটু শুরু করেন, শুরুর থেকে, just a little bit about your early days, early influences, and then we'll sort of get into ফুডের প্রতি এই লাভটা কোথা থেকে আসলো?
Thank you, Sumit. So, I came from a very modest background from a school called Mithro Institution, Bhawanipur branch. We used to stay in the southern part of the city. Then, naturally, college took place. I passed out honors BSc in economics. Then, somehow, I went for the hotel management. It used to be a diploma those days. I'm talking about 98, 99, 98, 99. Yes. Passed out in 2002, and I got chance to work as a chef, as a commie in a hotel chain newly launched in Calcutta called Hyatt Regency, the Salt Lake Hyatt. But the challenge is I used to think of myself as a good chef. During college, I used to think of myself. But when I joined the actual industry, I came to know that thinking of oneself as a chef and working as a chef are two different ballgames altogether. And within 6-7 months, I understood that I'll become a very bad chef. So I used to think chef means putting a twig like this, plating, all those fancy stuff. But it used to be like cutting 10 kilos of onion, cutting 5 kilos of garlic, and this sort of stuff. And everybody goes through that process.
Hmm.
I always was, I always loved talking to people. I love talking to people, and that's why after 7 8 months, I left that brand and started in the sales. So I used to be, and I still am, consider myself a decent person who can meet people, who can solve people's problem, formerly known as sales.
Mm-hmm.
That process is formerly known as sales. Then in 2012, I used to work for a company, a US MNC called Hewlett Packard. Brilliant company. And whatever I know today, most of which has been trained by them to me.
The
So when
HP
I
way.
left HP, HPE, then it used to be a single entity, Hewlett Packard. Then
Hmm.
HPE, HPI, then the DSC, all those things came up afterwards. Okay, so when I left the company and formed my own company called Pickle Solutions, HP was my first big client. So my colleagues used to manage me, and HP supported me in a big way. It was, it supported me like nobody could ever have done that. One thing led to another. We had few more clients, few more MNCs. During that time, I started writing on a WordPress blog, which nobody reads nowadays, called Moha Mushkil,
Mm-hmm.
moha-mushkil.com. And through that blog, I met this person, Mir Afsar Ali. He was in the process of starting a YouTube channel on food and needed somebody who could be with him. And we joined hands. Foodka was formed. One thing led to another. Foodka became quite popular because that time there was no food blogging channel in Bengal,
Mm-hmm.
at least. So we had the first movers advantage. Mir took a sabbatical from Foodka 2 years back, 2023. And from then, Foodka has, we have started. So then I realized something, that now Foodka 2.0 needs to come in, because Mir had certain traits, certain qualities which maybe I lack, and I have certain things where I'm strong. So I started playing on my strength, and we started traveling, worked on the production, worked on the serious storytelling. Now this is Foodka 2.0, and I'm talking to Hello Kolkata. And
Wonderful.
then I will just add two more lines.
Hmm.
Then we had multiple business verticals of food apart from the video stuff. So we started a wing for F&B consulting, that's Foodka Consulting, pure, and we have a team for that. Then we are launching a Foodka Academy, a pure academic process. So apart from the video, which gives me the most, what should I say, eyeballs, limelight,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you say, love, I would like to call it. So we have a few more verticals where we work for Foodka.
Brilliant. And sir, since you mentioned Mir, Mir also has had many different careers.
Yes, yes, yes.
আমরা মানে ছোটবেলায় I remember Mir used to come as a newsreader
Active.
as a young man, and then so because of his voice and delivery, he sort of moved into narration, voiceover, ads, movies, and now obviously a long career with radio, and now he started his
Yes.
and his Sunday Suspense
Goppo
series.
Mirate Tech.
এখন থেকে এখন গপ্প মেরে take, doing brilliantly. Since you worked in the early days with him very closely on the Foodka channel, anything that you sort of felt you learned from him for the channel that is still helping you today?
I was never comfortable in front of camera. Nobody
Hmm.
taught me, like a normal middle-aged Bengali man. Nobody taught us how to be in front of camera. I used to be behind the camera. I used
Hmm.
to be a street photographer. We had a couple of exhibitions. I was good behind the camera. Then
Hmm.
this person, me, he just threw me in front of the camera and taught me how to do, what not to do, how to handle, uh, how to handle the camera, how to handle popularity, how to handle people, how
Mm-hmm.
to handle trolling. So he
Mm-hmm.
taught me a lot of things. Whatever I learned today, which are needed in front of the camera, is taught by me. So I still take him as my mentor.
Wow. And sir, since you mentioned this, this world has its own, লাভও আসে, ট্রোলিংও আসে.
We
Probably
should.
we can get into that later also. But this, I would say, newfound popularity with the channel. Obviously, it brings love and brickbats. Uh, how have you dealt with it over the years? Because the nature of interaction with the social media audience has changed. Social media itself has changed. How have you dealt with the changing preferences, interaction level with your audience, with your viewers?
I have learned two things. Number one, the person who has been trolling me has never met me, probably
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
person. So he or she doesn't know what I am in real life. He
Yeah.
or she knows that persona, that
Hmm.
Foodka thing for which I work. Foodka thing is a brand for which that person, Indrajit Lahiri, works for that brand name.
Sure.
So he or she has never met me in my real life. They don't know what I do, uh,
Hmm.
what I write, where I go, what do I love to eat actually.
Hmm.
So what do I do in real life? They know nothing. They have been shown an image and
Hmm.
they love or hate that. Mostly love, some portion
Yeah.
of trolling.
Yeah.
So I don't think we should take it positively. We should take the constructive part of it. Maybe somewhere we have done something wrong, somewhere we
Hmm.
have done something which we shouldn't have been doing. We
Hmm.
should take that part, learn from it, and the rest, thank you.
একটা একটা স্যার এটা থেকে মনে পড়লো, মানে আই থিঙ্ক সাম হলিউড অ্যাক্টর সেড দিস ইন এন ইন্টারভিউ দ্যাট if you have a problem with me, text me, and if you don't have my number, then you don't know me enough to have a problem with me.
Exactly my point. And even if they can't mail me,
Yeah.
even if they can't mail me, the mail ID is given everywhere. Even if
Hmm.
they can't mail me, they are not
Hmm.
serious enough to look and search for me and then troll.
Sure.
Otherwise, though, it doesn't really matter. But again, I take the constructive criticism, whatever I should be doing.
Hmm.
Many of the time, they have put me back on the right track. I've
Hmm.
taken that and raised.
Hmm. Sir, মানে you always had a culinary flair, মানে self-evaluated, self-assessed. With Foodka, you are, traveling not just India, across the world, tasting food, telling stories. Uh, how do you research and choose the stories to tell? Is it accidental, coincidental? You go and eat something you love, then you go and research the place, the people behind it, the dish itself. How does the evolution of, let's say, a Foodka episode come about?
See, honestly, I love to travel and eat. That's what I
Hmm.
love.
Hmm.
Beyond Foodka, beyond Mohammushkil, beyond everything else.
Hmm.
Then, if I find something interesting, something worth talking about, we talk about it on Foodka.
Hmm.
And then, of course, certain videos, certain posts are paid collaborations. They want to use our platform to promote their product. Then again, we try to woven it in a story and then go about it. So it's first we need to go travel, enjoy, and then the story comes up somewhere after that.
And sir, this is something I also wanted to ask you, because when you gain a certain following, a consistent number of eyeballs, views, obviously you are invited to brand collaborations, paid partnerships. How do you preserve your own authentic desire to tell stories about great food and balance it with, let's say, a certain outlet, a certain establishment wanting to collaborate with you? uh, yes, I'm sure they would be great, but how do you balance what you really want to feature versus where, let's say, the monetization happens?
See, firstly, any venture has to have a commercial outcome. Otherwise,
Sure.
that is not sustainable. That's number
Hmm.
one. Number two, I'll talk about a case study. So there was a brand called Do As You Like who wanted to collaborate with Foodka to position their product. And they were very clear, "Okay, boss, we don't want sales from you. Sales has already been driven by somewhere. We
Hmm.
want our story to be told." So
Hmm.
what we did, we positioned in an integrated episode where there was one home baker. We didn't charge a single penny to him, William Burno. Then there was, for the local Calcutta Connect, there was a local bakery called J.N. Bodua in Bow
Hmm.
Barracks. And somewhere in between, Do As You Like came in. So it was a bridge between the home baker, the traditional baker, Jain Burwa, and somewhere in between who is having a lot of outlets. This is where the weaving or the storytelling comes into play with brand collaborations. Because YouTube AdSense money or any social media AdSense or ad account money, that
Hmm.
revenue is coming down day by day. Whatever we used to have 5 years back, it has
Yeah.
come to maybe say nowadays 15-20% of that amount. So somebody has to take care of the production cost at least. That is where the
Hmm.
brand collaborations comes up. And our competence or any good storyteller's competence come up on how that story is woven.
Sure.
Rather than just going and this is good, this is bad, this is what I like, not that, not our style.
Okay. Okay. No, very interesting, sir. And sir, obviously, you mentioned that there is so much more beyond the Foodka channel that people see as common viewers. Tell us a little bit about the other ventures within the Foodka brand, the consulting, the academy, and what is it that they are doing for, let's say, the community, for the enterprises, for the individual.
Once we had a certain I should say love from the audience, then I realized there is a gap. So there are a lot of people, a lot of persons, a lot of owners who
Hmm.
wants to build up a brand, who wants to
Mhm.
open a restaurant or a cafe or a cloud kitchen or run a hotel, but they don't have the dedicated expertise. The reasons are not very clear. So somebody might say, I cook very well. I want to feed people. I love food. So these were the expressions.
Mhm.
And we felt a gap for a consulting solution. So somebody who is looking to, say, open up a cafe, but he or she
Mhm.
doesn't know how to frame a menu, maybe how to work on the Excel sheets, maybe how to go for the ingredient, the indenting, the inventory management, the training solutions. That is where Foodka Consulting was formed in 2025.
Mhm.
And throughout this year, we have launched around 5 to 6 odd projects who are doing pretty well. Then maybe sometime a lady or a person wants to open a say cloud kitchen,
Okay.
but they don't know how to go about it. So they spend a lot of useless money, which shouldn't
Mm.
have been spent and which should have been more, I should say, productively channelized. That
Mhm.
is where this consulting support come up to. And
Okay.
honestly, people have loved it, whatever we do. But then there was a second gap. Consulting comes with a certain commercial, and this
Sure.
might not be feasible for everyone to have that chunk of money. So what we tried to do is launch something known as a Foodka Academy, where
Okay.
we'll be sharing those snippets in very small amounts. Say it's a
Mhm.
299, 499, 799, something like that. Whichever is feasible to whoever, they can take that thing. They can
Sure.
download the material, they can have a webinar, they can have a one-to-one consulting, hourly basis, whatever. So this is primarily to solve the problem that somebody wants to open a business, somebody
Mm.
wants to go for a business, and how he or she can do it. This was the idea.
And sir, if I understand correctly, the consulting offering, if I may put it that way, is for, let's say, an already established brand or about to sort of start, but they have some deeper pockets. But the academy is more for, let's say, small size players who are
Startups,
about. Hmm.
they might want to check that whether I will be benefited from this person or not,
Sure.
rather than spending a big chunk of money and then realizing that we think differently. They
Okay.
might go for the smaller package, then hire me for the proper consulting thing.
Interesting. Very
This was
interesting.
the idea.
And sir, just a little bit about the business side of things. How are you managing this as an entrepreneur? These two verticals, along with balancing the creation of content for the YouTube channel. Tell us a little bit about the setup, the go to market for these offerings.
We have different teams. So for the
Okay.
Foodka video, there is a team who does the shooting and editing.
Okay.
There is a person who takes care of the digital part of the story. Like, I honestly don't understand Instagram much. I come from that blogging era.
Hmm.
Somebody who understands social media and can
Hmm.
think like one, who are enough tech savvy to understand this. They
Hmm.
take care of the digital stuff. Somebody takes care of the shoot and edit, and I take care of the, what should I say, GTM or the storytelling part or the R&D. The R&D is done by me exclusively,
Okay. Hmm.
and this is how it works. Even for the consulting, see, one person cannot know everything. That's impossible. That normally means the person doesn't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
So in the consulting, I have somebody from the culinary part, an executive chef who can guide, somebody from the service part, somebody from the management part, and I use as a collaborator from for all of them who come under the Foodka Consulting brand, and we
Mm-hmm.
work together to make another brand.
Brilliant. Uh, Sir, you mentioned that you come from the blogging era, and you prefaced our introduction by saying, "I had this blog, যেটা এখন কেউ পড়ে না."
I am
But
probably one of the last bloggers, probably.
sir, tell us a little bit about the blogging journey, because obviously your love for food is so strong that you needed an outlet even for all these years before you came in front of the viewers on YouTube. Tell us about this writing process, this blogging, I would say, passion, which sort of culminated in books, actual cover to cover books. Tell us about this writing process.
See, there is this one single story which can be told in multiple formats.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody loves to write, loves to read, then there is the Mohamushkil blog for them. They
Okay.
can just go and read rather than the visual medium. Then
Mm.
that reading medium changed into something visual. Foodka came up. It was on YouTube, long format video, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that.
Mhm.
Then there are people like my mother used to be, they are not very comfortable in an online platform.
Mhm.
They don't know what I'm doing somewhere in YouTube or somewhere on Facebook, somewhere on Instagram. They are not on social media. For them, the book came up. So they could just buy a cover to cover book and read it. That's how it was.
Mm.
So it's the same story. It's adapted into multiple formats. And that is how we are surviving with the story. So what we do as a blogger or a vlogger, we are documenting a slice of time. We are documenting what is happening now or something
Mhm.
some a few years back, or maybe the stories, because I don't call myself as a food historian, because that's a huge responsibility, and
Sure.
there needs to be certain training, certain degrees, certain educational qualifications to call
Mhm.
myself one. I don't fall in that category, at least not yet. So I tend to call myself as a storyteller. I collect stories from multiple sources, get them in one platform, and share in a relatable language. So this is
Yeah.
how it has evolved over the years from blogging to vlogging.
Yeah. And obviously, sir, which is very clear that you have been very adaptable to change because the formats
Yes,
have
that I
changed, the
am.
technology.
That I'm
The
quite proud of. That I am.
Mm. And I think that adaptability to change is very critical for anybody in life in general, but
Survival
especially survival of the fittest, if you say. Uh,
of the
uh,
most
but
adaptable, I should say.
yeah. And sir, meaning from taking it from there, obviously you have also featured yourself as an individual outside the persona on specific speaking platforms such as the Josh Talks, the TEDx Talks. Tell us a little bit about how those opportunities, I would say, or those platforms came about, and what did you love about that medium, where there is not really, what should I say, a food related story there, but a story about yourself, your journey, your experiences.
See, I'm nearing 50. Let's put it that way. And throughout my career, throughout my life, I have done multiple things right and multiple things wrong.
Sure.
I have goofed up multiple times and I don't mind admitting them.
Hmm.
So, what if on one platform gives me a chance of sharing my knowledge, even if of goofing up, to an audience who may learn from this, that this is what I should not be doing.
Hmm.
This is how it should not be doing. and how this guy has survived over the years. See, Shobit, you would be remembering we come from that era where we used to have a lead on the TV, on a black and white TV. I don't know, you are quite young, but I came from an era where there was a black and white TV and I used to have a lead on it. Now we have the whole world on a mobile phone. So we have seen that drastic change. 3 years back, we didn't have anything known as AI, at least in
Yeah.
India.
Yeah.
Now we almost do most of the things on that.
Ekdom.
So this platform, this speaking platform, so whether it's Josh or it's TED or it's multiple college platform, I talk about my experience, my survival, whatever I have done, whatever wrong I have done, and
Mhm.
whatever things I've learned over the years and how I have learned. Maybe like I have a son who's studying in class 9. If I talk to him, I can talk about this is where I've goofed up. Please don't do. But these are
Mm.
the things you should look for. So it's all about sharing the knowledge. It's all about sharing the experience, and these are those platforms who gives me that chance. I love that.
Wonderful. And sir, we'll also get into the other aspect, the lesser known aspect, maybe known to friends and family. We'll get into the biker in you. And I mean, obviously, you mentioned you love to travel, you love to eat. But tell us a little bit about when this passion for motorcycle rides, solo motorcycle rides, biking, that came about.
See, that came up in my throughout my early days. So during my
Mhm.
college, I used to have a scooter, normal that
Okay.
Bajaj classic scooter, whatever everybody used to have. That used to be a fashion statement.
Mhm.
And with that scooter, on that scooter, I rode everywhere. I used to study in Odisha, Bhubaneswar. I traveled throughout Odisha with that.
Hmm.
That became my a part of my body, I should say.
Mhm. Mhm.
Then in Bangalore, again, Karnataka, scooter, those things. I loved riding or driving, but more than driving, I am driving a car since what last 25 odd years. But till the time, still now, I prefer riding a bike than driving a car. The challenge is during the monsoons or during
Mhm.
heavy summer, riding a bike becomes difficult at this age. Why? Kada chete. Mud comes up to my face during
Yeah.
the monsoon on a highway. And summer, it's difficult. Let's put it
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
So from say October, November till March is the best riding time, the most comfortable riding time.
Sure.
And I try to ride my bike as much as possible because that's a part of my body which I love.
Hmm.
So I am one of those persons who go for breakfast to Bardhaman and back and stuff like that.
Wow. And obviously, I am not a biker because মা ছাড়বে না। কিন্তু আমার যেটা জানার ইচ্ছে যে a lot of people that I've spoken to who love riding, they say it's a very meditative experience. Uh,
Yes.
you've been riding for so long. Tell us a little bit about the solo journeys. What goes in your mind? The scenery passing. Tell us a little bit about the inner conversation that happens.
See, once you are on a highway, you don't feel like doing anything else because if you ride in a group, they are nice.
Yeah.
We have friends, they're nice. But then you need to follow certain rules. Stay here, stay there,
Hmm.
take a break, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Follow the lane, follow the leader, this, that. I have never been that, honestly. I have
Hmm.
been riding for my own pleasure, not
Hmm.
to not to prove anything that I have done Ladakh. I have never
Hmm.
done Ladakh. I have been to Ladakh twice on my bike, but I have enjoyed Ladakh. So there
Hmm.
is a difference between I have done Ladakh and I have enjoyed Ladakh. If I go
Hmm.
solo or just with my school friends, there are three friends and with three bikes. We can start whenever we wish. We can take a break whenever we wish, wherever we wish, have a
Hmm.
tea whenever, wherever. So this freedom I need
Hmm.
more than doing the Kurk circuit. I would rather visit the Kurk circuit. Take a break at a roadside place to have a tea, have some meat and rice, and then move along. So we don't have anything to prove to anyone. That's the first thing. That's what maybe riding or a driving teaches you. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to enjoy your life. That's it.
Okay. And sir, talking about this, obviously, what I am trying to gather is obviously there is a tremendous sense of freedom. There is a sense of autonomy. And what you mentioned is between doing a checklist item as a rider versus somebody who's really soaking in it, where you are often taking, as আমাদের একটা ছোটবেলায় না মানে কলেজে একটা বই পড়ছিলাম, the road less traveled,
Yes.
where you are always not following the herd, not following the beaten track, but the where it's more grassy because nobody takes that track, and probably that leads to some experience, some realization that traveling in that beaten track may not provide.
I would like to say it's the freedom. Whether I
Mm,
want to go to the beaten track or I don't want to go to the beaten track. That's
mm,
called as a freedom. There should not be a hard and fast rule that you have to
mm,
take the off road. You have to go against the beaten track, or you
mm,
have to go to the beaten track. That's not freedom. The
mhm.
freedom is whatever you want to do, whatever you wish to do, and whatever is safe for you. You should be trying that. We have one life, and
Yeah.
there are a lot of things that should be tried. That's
Mhm.
what I feel.
Yeah. And sir, talking about one life, obviously, different generations have different versions of this one life. Gen Z will have a different thing. You recently did a video called "The Last Meal of 2025," um,
Yes.
and there is a channel that I've recently started watching on YouTube called The Mythical Kitchen, which does last
Okay.
meals with celebrities, and they sort of when they pre-order what they want as their last meal, and that is been provided, and then they have a conversation. Um, I have a rapid fire later, but let's say a last meal, like absolute last meal, given a choice to make that choice now, what would you want to be included in that?
Mutton biryani with two pieces of mutton.
That is it.
That's it.
Okay. And one question obviously that will come is, does that have aloo in it or it doesn't have aloo in it?
I am not really a person who's very fond of the aloo. I would rather
Mhm.
have one more meat piece than the aloo. So I am
Okay.
more of an outsider in the Calcutta zone.
Okay.
In
Okay.
that
So
sense,
again,
at least.
of the beaten track. Sir, coming to Kolkata, and this is obviously going to be very interesting for our viewers and listeners, because our channel is called Hello Kolkata, Kolkata Calling, all of that. Kolkataর উপর tremendous focus থাকে. Uh, you would not like to be called a food historian, but by virtue of your experience and expertise, you have somehow, been that. Uh, what is it about Kolkata's food culture? Because কলকাতা পৃথিবীতে যে কোনো জায়গায় আমরা মানে অ্যাজ আ কলকাতান যাই বা অ্যাজ আ বাঙালি যাই অবাঙালি যাই, কলকাতা বললেই the first thing that comes to other people's mind is food. So what makes Kolkata's food culture so unique in your opinion?
See, Kolkata has seen a great amalgamation of multiple cultures. So we don't
Mhm.
have anything like a typical Bengali food and only Bengali food. So
Mhm.
we have even the Bengali food is a mix up of multiple cuisines like Armenian, like Greek, like British,
Yeah.
French, Jewish. So multiple cultures. Some of our most loved items they came from outside. They
Mhm.
came from other zones, other countries, maybe. We have always been great of we can take something and we can adapt to it and do some here and there, some small tweak and make it our own. And
Mhm.
many of our own dishes. So, for example, potole dolma
Mhm.
used to be an Armenian dish.
Okay.
Then we made it our own. We replaced the
Mhm.
grape leaf with purple and did something. So it
Okay.
turned out to be brilliant. So Calcutta has been a melting pot of multiple
Mhm.
cultures. We are good at adapting things. We are good at making friends. That's how I
Mhm.
see the Calcutta cuisine. It's a melting pot.
Yeah. And as you mentioned, sir, obviously it has multiple cultures, multiple, I would say, heritage that still exists in this melting pot, literally sometimes. Also, there is a certain tradition that associated with each community. So whether it's আমাদের Christmas যেটা right here, there is Durga Pujor একটা special food ritual, Ramzaner একটা special food ritual. How and obviously the street food which is ubiquitous everywhere. How do you see all of this, I would say, culinary offerings shaping the city as a place to live, shaping the people's psyche, shaping our overall, I would say, outlook?
See, I'm told and I have experienced somewhere that in other places we eat to live.
Mm-hmm.
In maybe other cities like Mumbai or New York or other cities. But in Calcutta, we live to eat. We don't have anything to do. Chalo, baire খেয়ে আসি. We have something to be happy of, something to celebrate. চল বিরিয়ানি খাই. We are sad. আচ্ছা মন খারাপ হচ্ছে একটু চা খা. So it's always been like that. We live to it. We love our food, and that has been part of our culture. So this is how it is. This is how we have grown up. Maybe things
Yeah.
are changing, but the love for food, well, I have not seen. It's
Yeah.
still there as it was.
আর স্যার এটা থেকে একটু জাস্ট আরেকটু ডিপ ডাইভ যদি করি, মানে there have been so many, I would say, nooks say you have found out these gems, hidden gems, not just
Yes.
in Kolkata but across the country
Not
as
many
well.
gems are hidden now. We have an
Ha,
army of
thank-
food bloggers and content creators. Not many gems are hidden, but yes, we do have.
and you have unearthed those gems which have been sort of been there for ages, sometimes even 100 years. Tell us a little bit about getting into that ki bolbo, a time machine, going into those places. I know one of my favorite episodes is you going to the Little Bristol. uh, তো সেইটা মানে I did not know that. I mean, obviously ওই পাড়ায় খুব একটা যাইনি, কিন্তু seeing that place, just something has frozen in time. Tell us about those kind of places, those kind of heritage bars, restaurants that are not very, I would say, কি বলবে, মানে represented.
Jazzy.
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
See, I believe in something. There's something as a good food or a good experience. That's it, for me at least. Now it depends on what is a good experience as per to one person. For me, it has to be good food. I don't care much about presentation. I don't care much about the service. If somebody bangs the plate in front of me with a very good food, that's good place, as per me. I may
Okay.
be wrong, I may be right. This definition varies from person to person. But for me, even if the food is being tasted by a blind person, it should be good. The aroma should be good. The taste should be good. So these old joints in many of the places, they serve a good, honest food at a pocket-friendly, decent price. So there are three factors. One is good food, good taste, and there is a commercial to it.
Sure.
If these three things match, they mostly don't care about marketing because this shows bad, as you said. I had to call to certain people, I had to talk to certain people to get an access that, okay, I can shoot now. That's not being done by many of the people. I have shot an episode in this legendary country spirit place called Barodwari. We had to call certain people that, boss, I need to go and shoot. And then this comes up. But that's how we are. We are not really a city of the show-offs. We are not really a state of the show-offs. We don't do all things zazzy. We like to present good stuff which people love to eat. That's it.
Yeah. And from that, sir, obviously last few years এ কলকাতায় মানে আমি 2021 শেষে ফিরে আসি after about 10 years. uh, the the so many new places have sprung up and they are coming up every day. মানে নতুন cafes, নতুন restaurants, themes, insta friendly, pet friendly, couple friendly. তো এই যে evolution of the food dining culinary experience scene, মানে মানে যেটা আপনি বললেন যে এই যে জয়েন্টস গুলো এত বছর ধরে রয়েছে, and then this new generation evolution of this dining or eating experience, সেই ট্রানজিশনটা, and it's always in motion, how do you view it from your lens as a food lover, one, and two, as a content creator?
As I said, change is the only constant thing. During
Hmm.
my youth, during my childhood, we used to go once a month to some place in Park Street with my
Ekdom.
parents, and that used to be a celebration day for us.
Correct.
But now we see our kids eating around multiple times a week, definitely multiple times a month. So our taste buds have changed, our preferences have changed. We are extremely sure of what to have, what not to have. We
Hmm.
didn't hear of something. I was not very much internationally traveled. I have
Hmm.
never heard of something known as a sushi. Now, some kid today even knows the difference between a sushi and a sashimi. They are very clear on what is a biryani and what is a pulao and what is a tehari. Or
Hmm.
maybe Bangladeshi kachi. There is a kachi biryani, there is a biryani. So they are very clear of that. Things have changed, things have evolved, and
Mm-hmm.
change is the only thing that's constant.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether these outlets or cafes, they have been true to their basic, they have been true to the basics of service, they will survive, else not. It's a very, very, very hard business. It's a very tough business. And not the
Hmm.
shusha or the show off it's shown. It's a very
Hmm.
tough business, and nobody should venture into it if they're not serious or they can't give their time. No.
হ্যাঁ, মানে আপনি বলবেন না এটা আমাকে, বাট আই উইল স্টিল প্লাগ ইন কে ফুডকা কনসাল্টিং ইজ অলওয়েজ দেয়ার টু বেল ইউ আউট অফ ট্রাবল ইফ ইউ
Definitely.
আর ল্যান্ডিং ইন
I'll
soup.
tell you something. So I'm part of a B2B cloud kitchen called Eastern Staples. So I was first hired for the cloud kitchen to promote that. Then I was hired to become a consultant, and then it started growing exponentially, and then I was offered a stake in it. But the thing is, that lady works maybe 14 hours a day for the cloud kitchen. That is the reason it's thriving, not because I'm telling her something to do this, do that, and it's automatically getting done. No. So food business is extremely tough, and one partner should give his or her life for that venture. That's the price they need to pay. Then a consultant comes, then a advisory comes, and then all those things take place. But somebody has to be there 24/7, thinking of that.
Yeah. And obviously, sir, working with so many different clients, you mentioned passion and commitment to the venture is one. But beyond that, when we see cafes opening after a few months or a year, it disappearing, something else coming up in its place. In this tough competitive market, what would you say are a few ingredients to success? I mean, it's not predictable, it's not a sure shot, but still, from your experience, what would you say?
There are three components. First is why. Why
Why? Okay.
somebody is entering that market. That needs
Okay.
to be very clear. Whether I want to good cook food, I want to cook good food. No, that's not enough. Everybody cooks a good food as per them, as per
Mm-hmm.
their kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's not enough. So why is very important. Somebody needs to define clearly it's a why and should be able to explain it to a 10 years old that why he or she is doing that. Number two is how he
Mm-hmm.
or she is going to explain to execute that idea into motion. I
Mm-hmm.
want to cook good food and I cook good food are two different things. I cook good food and I can sell my good food are two different things. So
Mm-hmm.
there that how comes into play. So it's why, it's how, and where. For
Mm-hmm.
any restaurant or cafe or anything, location is one of the most important things.
Absolutely
For
agreed.
example, you will never see a McDonald's or a Starbucks in a wrong place. Never.
Mm-hmm.
They spend months, if not years, searching or scouting for that one single place which will work. So,
Hmm.
if somebody can answer why, how, and where, in all probability, things will run smoothly, and then otherwise, the consultants are there.
Yeah. আমার একটা পুরনো সাইনফিল্ডের এপিসোড মনে পড়লো যে একটা কর্নারে একটা ক্যাফে খোলা হয়েছিল, মানে এভরিবডি ওয়াজ ভেরি ইনিশিয়ালি ভেরি হ্যাপি দ্যাট দ্য ক্যাফে হ্যাড ওপেন্ড, বাট দ্য হিস্ট্রি অফ দ্যাট কর্নার ইজ নো ক্যাফে সার্ভাইভস দেয়ার। এবং আমাদের পাড়াতেও একটা এরকম একটা স্পেস আছে, মানে একটা কর্নার আছে যেখানে multiple times people have tried to open different rebranded experience, rebranded kind of food into, I mean, the moment I see a new মানে renovation happening there, বলে আচ্ছা আরেকটা নতুন তৈরি হচ্ছে এখানে, কিন্তু আমি জানি ওখানে চলবে না। So what is it about certain places where it just doesn't work? মানে what is about that, মানে কি বলবো, একটা cursed লোকেশন থাকে যেখানে কোনো ক্যাফে চলে না?
See, one, there is a jinxed place. I can't explain it, but it is. Secondly, people should try, before even opening the place, they should try to understand why the previous one didn't work. Maybe the menu was not friendly. Maybe the pricing was not friendly. Maybe something happened somewhere. Maybe the positioning was not right. Say if I say open a cafe in mid of Park Circus Junction where there is a biryani shop everywhere, it might not work. Vis-a-vis, if I open a biryani joint in Purnadas Road, it might not work. People go there for the mindset of having a coffee or a sandwich or a pizza or something. In Park Circus, we go with the mindset of having a nice biryani or a roti, mutton, whatever.
Sure.
So we should check that why it had not worked. So this is where we have done these Foodka Academy things. We have small courses of 99 rupees, 299 rupees. They should just buy, read them and check. Things to check.
Okay. Sir, I know we budgeted 1 hour and I want to get to a couple of more segments before we close. Sir, obviously there is, brand collaborations you mentioned, the story is important for you. Obviously, somebody wants just the awareness or the, I would say, information to spread to more people. As you mentioned, আজকাল এত food influencers আছে, and you consciously stay away from the Instagram part. Obviously, when your team manages the digital side of it, what, from your experience, who has survived the early days of YouTube, the first mover advantage of the channel, even to today, what would your advice be, if at all you want to, for new generation content creators who are getting into, let's say, the culinary food vlogging space?
Again, those three questions: why and where. Why, how, where. Why do you want to become a food content creator? It might be that I want to be famous. Fair enough. Accepted. I want free food. Accepted. I want to see that as a business. Accepted. I want to document things. Accepted. But it should be very clear. It's not that everybody is doing, so I should be doing. In all probabilities, the venture will fail. Then it's how. What am I doing? Am I learning the new shooting skill? Do I have a team? Can I afford a team? Or can I learn and do the shooting and editing on myself? Third is where. Where means which platform? It's Instagram for the short format. It's LinkedIn. It's YouTube. It's where. So each platform has got their different persona. My Instagram post is very different from my LinkedIn post, which is very different from my YouTube, even if YouTube community. So if anybody can manage why, how, where, in all probabilities, things will take place. So for Foodka, I would again come back. We are very clear that we are very comfortable on YouTube. The time I take to build up a story, Instagram somebody scrolls up. It's 3 seconds. YouTube is 2 minutes. So we are very clear on what is our strength and what is our weakness, what we need to learn.
Yeah. Sir, I'll come to our closing segment. Tar age, obviously, you've traveled the world now. I know it will be very tough to put you in that spot, but I know you love Kolkata and Kolkata food. But outside Kolkata, could be anywhere in India or anywhere in the world. What has been one unique, memorable culinary experience for you? Like which place or what food?
It has to be Bangkok. This place, walking the Khao Road.
Okay.
Where I tasted a scorpion for the first time. It has to be that.
Wow.
So I am sure you have been to Thailand. You have seen the people taking around
আমার
this
সাহস
fried
হয়নি, আমার
hot.
সাহস হয়নি খাবার।
হ্যাঁ, তো I tasted one. It
আচ্ছা,
was strange, I should say. It's a
ওকে।
hard meat. Now, I
হুম,
don't know whether the cooking was bad or the food was
আচ্ছা,
bad. I'm not
আচ্ছা,
very sure. I've tasted it
আচ্ছা,
once only. I should say that's not for me. I
হুম,
mean, I've tasted a lot of weird things. I am a frequent traveler due to my IT business in the northeast part of the country.
হুম,
I've tasted many things, multiple varieties of meat. But
হুম,
Scorpion tasted strange. It might be the cooking was bad. Might be. There is a possibility.
হুম,
Might be the meat is not for me. So that's one thing
ইয়া,
I will remember.
ইয়া। না মানে ওই উৎপল দত্তের আগন্তুকের সর্বভুক এবং স্বল্পাহারী, আমার একটা কোয়েশ্চেন আছে, এত ইটিং আউটে হাউ ডু ইউ স্টিল ম্যানেজ টু মানে বি ইন শেপ?
First of all, I'm not in a great shape, but I'm in a decent shape and medically
হুম,
fine. That is
হুম,
more important.
হুম,
But then I eat less. আমি অত
হুম,
বেশি খাই না। হোয়াট
হুম,
এভার আই হ্যাভ, যেটা খেলাম খেলাম, বাকিটা আমার সঙ্গে যে টিম থাকে তারা খায়। সো আই ইট ইন আ মডারেট অ্যামাউন্ট, ইন আ কন্ট্রোলড অ্যামাউন্ট।
হুম,
I don't booze, at least not more than once or twice a month, and I don't smoke.
হুম,
That's how I stay medically fit.
আচ্ছা। না, and we wish you stay healthy and continue to enthrall and entertain us with these amazing Foodka channels. Sir, before we get into the closure of our episode, this has been brilliant. একটা ছোট rapid fire রেখেছি,
Please,
and I know you may not, you know, কি বলবো, ডিপ্লোম্যাটিক্যালি আমি বলবো যে আপনি লেটস নট বি ডিপ্লোম্যাটিক, ইউ আর আ স্ট্রেট শুটার ফ্রম মাই লিমিটেড ইন্টারাকশনস দ্যাট আই হ্যাভ হ্যাড উইথ ইউ মানে আউটসাইড দিস ইন্টারভিউ অ্যাজ ওয়েল। Let's start with the rapid fire. So, sir, one Kolkata street food that you can never say no to.
double chicken roll.
Double chicken. Any particular place?
Not really.
আচ্ছা,
Most of them they
কলকাতা।
do it pretty well.
আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে। You said there are no মানে hidden gems left, but একটা hidden
No,
gem
no,
যেটা
very
আপনি
less.
very less, one hidden gem যেটা আপনি এখনো সেরকম ভাবে এক্সপ্লোর করতে দেখেননি সোশ্যাল মিডিয়াতে, but you swear by it, the food or the
So
experience.
there is a place in Bhawanipur which serves a luchi and shadalu chochun.
আচ্ছা,
We have done an episode on that, but I
হুম,
have rarely seen people talking about it because I have almost never seen a shadalur torkari with kalojire on a street. Forget about street, even in a
ওটা তো
hotel.
রোববার রোববার সকালে বাড়িতে হয়।
রোববার সকালে যেটা খাই, and I have rarely seen that, very
হুম,
rarely. So that is
হুম,
something still somewhat unexplored, but we have
okay.
shown it on Foodka channel.
One global dish that you really really liked. আমি জানি আপনি স্করপিয়নটা বলেছেন ভালো লাগেনি,
ওটা
but
ভালো
one
লাগে,
global
that is
dish
not
you,
my taste.
but one global dish you really really loved.
Sushi, very much. I'm a
আচ্ছা,
sushi fan.
আচ্ছা। Any new food trends that you are following, মানে whether it can be diet based, whether it can be, I would say recipe based, নতুন ingredients দিয়ে কিছু fusion try করা হচ্ছে, one food trend that you are currently following.
More than the taste, the food should be Instagrammable. That's the trend that I've seen in 2025.
And is it a good
Instagrammable.
thing? Is it a good thing or bad thing?
We don't know yet. It's a thing. Whether it's a good or bad, it will take time to tell us.
Time will tell. uh, আচ্ছা, so maybe the answer for this is also the same. এই কোয়েশ্চেনটা ছিল যে food trend you think is overrated.
Instagrammable food any day, because many of the places I have seen food being extremely Instagrammable, but
Hmm.
extremely bad or decently bad food.
আচ্ছা, লাস্ট কোয়েশ্চেন অন দ্য র্যাপিড ফায়ার, ওয়ান প্লেস আউটসাইড কলকাতা, কলকাতা তো সব আমরা জানি মানে হাউ মাচ ইউ লাভ, যেখানে মানে যদি কোনো ট্রু ফুড লাভার থাকে তার একবার যাওয়া উচিত, নট জাস্ট ফর ওয়ান প্লেস অর ওয়ান ডিশ, বাট জাস্ট ওভারঅল সেই আই উড সে কালচার, সেই মানে লোকেশনের খাবার দাবারের জন্য।
Lucknow, definitely somebody should go on, and Hyderabad. Both these
হুম,
places, they have got multiple cultures woven into one, and it matches very well with the Kolkata food palette.
হুম,
This is what is needed, because I've been to Nagaland. The food is good, food is
হুম,
interesting. It doesn't align with our palate. And
হুম,
aligning is very important. Lucknow and
কনস্টিটিউশনের সাথে
Hyderabad,
যায় না।
yes.
হুম।
আমরা যেভাবে বড় হয়েছি, যেভাবে অভ্যস্ত তার সঙ্গে যায় না।
হ্যাঁ, মানে ওটা গ্যাস্ট্রো ইন্টেস্টিনাল ব্যাপার আছে। মানে ইউজড টু অ্যান্ড
হ্যাঁ,
নট
হ্যাঁ, হ্যাঁ।
ইউজড টু।
একদম, একদম, একদম।
আচ্ছা। স্যার এটা যখন আপনি বললেন হায়দ্রাবাদ আর লখনৌ, তাহলে একটা প্রশ্ন আসে। আমি obviously জানি এটা আপনাকে হয়তো অনেকবার জিজ্ঞেস করা হয়েছে, আপনি অনেকবার উত্তর দিয়েছেন। যদি আপনাকে ডিফারেন্ট বিরিয়ানিজ একটু 1, 2, 3 র‍্যাংক করতে হয়, আ তাহলে আপনার র‍্যাংকিংটা কি হবে?
লখনৌ, কলকাতা, হায়দ্রাবাদ।
ও আচ্ছা। মানে and you'll stand by that মানে
Yes, very
আচ্ছা,
much. I stand
আচ্ছা।
by it with my life.
বাহ! ঠিক আছে। ডান। স্যার এবার thank you so much for taking the time. It's been a pleasure. Before we close, I would like to say thank you to you and the team
Thank you,
for,
Shabir. Thanks for
for
having us.
for for gracing us with your presence, with your stories.
Thank you, Shabir.
Before we
Thanks to Hello Kolkata for having me on this podcast.
ডেফিনিটলি স্যার আমাদের প্লেজার। একটা দুটো ছোট প্রশ্ন করে উইল
Please.
ক্লোজ দিস। একটা লেসন যদি ফ্রম ইয়োর লাইফ, আই মিন আই নো ইউ স্পোকেন অন মাল্টিপল প্ল্যাটফর্মস অ্যাজ ইউ সেড, শেয়ারিং ইয়োর এক্সপিরিয়েন্স, ফেলিয়ার্স, all of that. One life lesson that is still very, very relevant for you today.
One should learn to evolve. One should learn new things. Every day it's changing. Every single day. And change is the only constant. So one should learn to evolve. One should learn to accept that he or she is not the final word on anything. Things might change and things definitely will change. Anybody evolving will stand or emerge or rather survive. Others will be perished. That's for sure.
Wonderful. And sir, bringing it closer back to Foodka, obviously there are multiple different things that you and the team are doing. There's Foodka Consulting for businesses. There's Foodka Academy for somebody wanting to try out, smaller appetizing, sizes, a Foodka expertise. What else? What next for Foodka overall that you are thinking about?
In 2026, we'd love to reinvent Foodka the way it's been
মানে
working. There used to
3.0.
be 3.0. There used to be a Foodka where it was more on the, I should say, engagement part. Then came Foodka 2.0, more on the documenting part. And then there has to be a Foodka 3.0. We're working on that and come up with it very soon in 2026.
Acha, we will wait. Obviously, sir, you are very, very active on social media. If
Thank
you
you.
can just let our viewers and audience know, যদিও আমাদের reach is nothing compared to yours, but still for the viewers and listeners of Kolkata Calling and Hello Kolkata, where can they find you? Where can they get in touch for Foodka Consulting? Where can they get in touch for Foodka Academy? What's the best way to reach you and the team?
Thank you so much for having me, first of all, Shubhit. Foodka, we are extremely active on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. LinkedIn, it's a different persona. It's more of
Sure.
Indrajit Lahiri because Foodka series LinkedIn page is growing up. And then there is a very traditional website, foodkaseries.com, www.fwdkaseries.com, where everything is dumped and documented. It's there on Google. Please search for it. And otherwise, YouTube.
Wonderful. Thank you, Indrajit sir.
Thank
Before
you.
we
Thank you so
close,
much.
any closing words for the viewers and listeners of Kolkata Calling from Foodka?
I have seen very few channels working mostly on LinkedIn for Kolkata and from Kolkata. So you are doing a fabulous job. Thanks for having me here. And I wish to see more interesting personas, more entrepreneurs, more people coming on this platform to talk about it. We love that.
We'll try our best, sir. Thank you আপনার মানে encouragement এবং সাপোর্টের জন্য। We hope the same for that we are able to do justice to the love and faith যেটা দেখানো হয়েছে। People like you give us that I would say impetus. So thank you so much. এই বলে আজকের এই সানডের এপিসোডটা আমরা শেষ করছি। Thank you so much, Indrajit Lahiri sir. Thank you,
Thank
Foodka.
you so much. Thank you. See you.